CNBC TV 18 Weekender.
Welcome back. You're watching CNBC TV 18 Weekender. We're with Rahil Ansari, head Audi India. Audi has completed 10 years in India. Take us through the scale of operations, the volumes. You obviously told us about the dealerships and the touch points that you have. What are the models that are selling fast?
What are the models that are selling fast? It's clearly the Q3 and the A4. I think the Q3 is a very good example. We have the youngest customer base in India in the luxury segment, which is good for us. So we have a lot of young people or first-time buyers that come into the A3 or into the Q3, and our vision is to grow them sustainably in the brand.
All right, and talking about volumes, the kind of sales you're looking at this year?
Yeah, unfortunately, I will not disclose any numbers, but what I can tell you is that we're definitely...
An increment percentage, growth percentage?
We'll definitely undergo a double-digit growth this year as opposed to last year, which is good. I think that will be more than the average in the luxury segment.
Now tell us about the Audi Mobile Terminal, your showroom on wheels concept. I think you've pretty much covered 40 cities, including hinterlands. Yeah. How different is your strategy when you're selling to rural India?
Well, actually, we made a conscious call also to implement the Audi Mobile Terminal. The reason being is we wanted to go to the tier 2, tier 3 cities, to the hinterland in India, actually, and to make Audi accessible, bring Audi to your doorstep, basically. So experiencing actually an Audi showroom and everything that is a part of the Audi showroom. If it's test drives, if it's customers going into the showroom, also experiencing digitalized elements where you can configure a car and so on. So these are the things that we are doing. Obviously also driving the cars, because by the end of the day, our motto is very clear. We want to convince via the product and via the service. And if you want to experience an Audi, that's the best opportunity to do so.
What are the kind of tier 2 and tier 3 cities you're targeting now?
Moradabad, for example, we went to. So that's something where we have successfully launched actually the Audi Mobile Terminal. So a couple of more smaller cities and maybe, let's see, sometimes we will definitely also go to UP to some cities, so I may be part of it and combine it with visiting some of my relatives.
So you're also experimenting with customer service. You're finding new ways to do that. For instance, you've launched a 24/7 workshop at Gurugram. Tell us about that, and are there any more innovative customer service that you've figured out?
24/7 is a very good example in Gurugram. Actually, what we did is basically to make the workshop accessible for 24 hours. So the idea behind it is very clear, that a customer comes to the showroom or to the workshop or sends his car to the workshop in the evening, and the next morning he can take this car to go to work. Even if he may have more cars in his garage, he may want to go with that particular car or with that particular Audi. So we want to make that accessible, and we're looking at extending that to other cities as well, which is clearly our target. Now, customer initiatives, we will have a lot more. So, for example, we have something which will happen in Bangalore mid of June, where we have Drive. It's called the Audi Weekender, which we will have. You will be able to drive the Q range. You will be able to drive also the R range. So a lot more of customer initiatives.
So now your competitor BMW is touting, and it's proud to be a Make in India brand. Will you be looking at a similar strategy and betting big on the government's Make in India mandate?
See, actually, we are already Make in India. That's basically what I can tell you, because Audi is very much into India now, completing 10 years of operations. We are looking at many more years in India. Will not go because the country definitely delivers a lot of potential for us. What we are planning to do is also bringing in products where actually the demand will be high, and once we see that demand, obviously also we will not have them only as imported cars, but also then probably, if the business case is right, being assembled in India.
A major step that the company has taken is introduction of petrol engines in the Audi Q range. Tell us about it.
Petrol strategy was a conscious call also, and you mentioned it earlier actually, that last year, for example, in the NCR we had the diesel ban. And fortunately, we had planned also for petrols earlier, actually, because we saw an increase in the demand. Now a lot of customers, and that does not only apply to the NCR region, but even here in Mumbai, we see that there's more and more petrol demand. While it was at around 10% of a mix only, now we see 1/3 of the cars being sold as petrol. And the smaller engines that we've launched in the Q3 and in the A4 with the 1.4 turbo, the response from the customer is excellent, so we will definitely have more petrols coming in also, and that gives us an equal balance also. In case we have maybe also limitations in terms of production, so you can always counterbalance that with the other engines.
There's also great excitement, for electric cars lately. What is your roadmap on that?
I would love to have electric cars in India. I mean, I know the government said until 2030, 100% of the cars will be electrified, which would be awesome, to be honest. We are prepared to do this. I mean, Audi globally will also launch the battery electric vehicle at some stage, very soon.
So how many years down the line do you think we'll definitely have electric cars from Audi?
I hope that from 2020 onwards, we'll have electric cars in India.
All right, on that note, it's time for another short break, but don't go anywhere as we put Rahil on a quick rapid fire when we return.
CNBC TV 18 Weekender.